of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya. It is an honor to me, Elizabeth Leonie, as a Master of Ceremony for today's conference, to inform you that among us here we have Your Excellency, Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, Universitas Brawijaya, Professor Dr. Insinyur Imam Santoso MP, Your Excellency, Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Professor Dr. Anders Andi Fepta Wijaya, MDA, PhD, Your Excellency, all of the Vice Deans of the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, Your Excellency, Head of Department of Business Administration, Dr. Nur Imama, SAB, MAB, PhD, the Honorable, the Chair of BICBATT 2023, Assistant Professor Wiyata, MAB, PhD, the Honorable, the Co-Chair of BICBATT 2023, Associate Professor Dr. Ahmad Jusso. Respected our invited speakers, Professor Siddharth Singh Bis, Director of LG Institute of Management Studies, India, Professor Haibing Lui from Wuhan University of Science and Technology, China, Professor Nur Ismawati Jafar from Department of Decision Science, University Malaya, Malaysia, Associate Professor Nila Firdausi Nuzua from Department of Business Administration, Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia, Professor Dr. Yuli Suseno, Deputy of Dean Learning and Teaching, College of Business and Law, RMIT, Australia, and all distinguished guests, delegates, and all the participants of BICBATT 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, all the guests and audiences, before we commence today's event, let us join in singing the Indonesian national anthem, Indonesia Raya. We kindly request all of you to please rise for our distinguished personnel, please. Thank you for your beautiful rendition of the Indonesian national anthem. You may now take your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's open our conference today by reciting dua. So please welcome Bapak Muhammad Bisri to lead us in this prayer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Para hadirin sekalian, marilah kita menghidupkan hati dan berdoa segenap saya berdoa kepada Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala agar konferensi internasional ini dapat menjadi momen berharga bagi kita semua. Saya akan memimpin doa ini berdasarkan ajaran Islam bagi saudara-saudara yang memiliki keyakinan lain. Disampaikan berdoa sesuai dengan keyakinan masing-masing. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hamdan yu'affi ni'amahu wa yu'affi manzilah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din wa afiyatan fil jasadi wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fil rizq. وتوبة قبل الموت ورحمة عند القبر ومغفرة بعد الموت. Ya Allah, hari ini selasa 26 September 2023 di tempat yang ini kita berkumpul di sini untuk mengadakan Brawijaya International Conference on Business Administration Texas di sini. Ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim. Jadikanlah konferensi internasional ini sebagai pertemuan ilmu pengetahuan yang bermanfaat sebagai media untuk berbagi ide, pengetahuan dan pengalaman yang bermanfaat dari para cendekiawan, peneliti, mahasiswa dari berbagai disiplin. Ya Allah, ya Malik, semoga konferensi yang kami selenggarakan ini bermanfaat bagi kehidupan kami, memperluas pengetahuan kami, mencemerlangkan gagasan kami, memimpin kami untuk menjadi orang-orang yang produktif dan sukses pada kiranya akan meningkatkan martabat bangsa kami. Ya Allah, ya Malik, tuntun dan beri kami hati kami dan pikiran kami dengan cahaya bimbingan-Mu. Terapkanlah kebijakan-Mu pada kegiatan kami. Bantu kami untuk dapat berbicara dengan jelas dan fasih. Bantu kami saling mendengarkan, saling menghormati, saling mencintai, sehingga kami menjadi orang-orang yang berkati. Ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, lindungi kami dari godaan-godaan yang tidak diinginkan. Peliharalah kami bahwa yang benar dengan yang sangat berbisa. Beri kami pengetahuan dan kekuatan untuk melakukan hal-hal yang baik, menghindari hal-hal yang buruk. Ya Allah, hanya Engkau lah yang bisa memenuhi doa kami. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Bapak Muhammad Bisri. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to listen to the opening remarks delivered by the chairperson of BICBATT 2023. Please welcome Bapak Asisten Profesor Wiyata, MAB, PhD.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Your Excellency Vice Rector of Universitas Brawijaya, Professor Dr. Imam Saluto, thank you for here with us today. The Honorable Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Professor Adi Wijaya. Thank you for supporting this remarkable event. The Honorable Dean of Faculty of Management, University Technology, Malaysia, Associated Professor Dr. Ahmad Yusof, please appreciate for being part of our conference as and the Honorable Dean of Faculty of Business Administration, Universitas Brawijaya, Associate Professor Dr. Nur Imamah, PhD. All distinguished speakers, presenters, and participants, thank for the valuable contribution in this conference. I would like to express my gratitude to all of professor, faculty members, and beloved students who are coming in here and join to Zoom application. Very warm welcome to the 2023 Brawijaya International Conference on Business Administration, Taxation, and Tourism. This year, the Department of Business Administration of Universitas Brawijaya held a joint conference with the Department of Management at University Technology Malaysia. Knowing that our rector is always consistent and encourage all departments to include artificial intelligence and global perspective in curriculum, we support this academic vision by promoting the grand theme of this conference with entitled Driving Business Creativity Through Harnessing Disruptive Technology, Opportunities and Challenges. We bring together researchers, students, and experts across Asia Pacific region from various disciplines to explore the opportunities and the challenges of disruptive technologies for shaping the future of business creativity. 420 participants are going to join in this conference, with 125 authors came from 8 countries, including Malaysia, Thailand, Taiwan, China, Nigeria, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, and Kyrgyzstan, and of course, Indonesia. A total of 25 papers have been submitted for presentation. So upcoming to this, we have fantastic lineup of distinguished speakers from 5 developing and developed countries, including Professor Siddharth Singh Peace from Institute of Management Studies, India, Professor Haibing Liu from Wuhan University of Science and Technology, Professor Nur Ismawati Jafar from University Malaya, Malaysia, Associate Professor Nila Firdausi Nuzula from Universitas Brawijaya, and the last one, Professor Dr. Yuli Susanto from RMIT University, Australia. As the chairman, I would like to express my gratitude for all committee members who are making these things happen. Finally, we welcome you on board to the 2023 Brawijaya International Conference and Finnish Administration, Taxation and Tourism. So enjoy your insightful conference. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the opening remarks. The second speech will be delivered on 2023 to Associate Professor Dr. Ahmad Jusoh. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. First of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Professor Dr. Wiyata and the Honorable Professor Widodo, Rector Universitas Brawijaya, and also to the Honorable Professor Dr. Andy Fefta Wijaya from the Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, for inviting me and Faculty of Management, UTM, to this conference, and at the same time become a co-host for this conference. And also to all the honorable professors, keynote speakers, distinguished guests, all the academic staff, and also for all participants, welcome to BICBATT 2023 conference. And this conference, I believe that this will be a significant platform, to us to share knowledge, to disseminate knowledge, and at the same time, we have the opportunity to build the network and sustain the academic network, so that in the long run we can create more events, more activities for the benefit of humans, societies, and also the what we call nation development as well. Okay, we know that the world out there, be it in business entity or government agencies, they are actually operating in a very dynamic environment and very demanding environments. A lot of issues and challenges have to be faced, managed, and solved. The issues related to economics, social, and environments in particular are complicated because there are a lot of stakeholders that we have to consider, we have to take into considerations, so that everybody basically we are taking care of the interests, at the same time we can move forward. So in facing those issues and challenges, we need to be creative, and we have to use the technology wisely, smartly, so that we can put ourselves, we can put our organization in a better position. We know that in the real world, we have seen many cases like Google's companies, Amazon, and Uber, for example. They are actually leading the industries by using disruptive technology approach. And we know that so far, in the context of Asia, we have observed how digitalization and disruptive technology really changed the business landscape and the way the company operate and the way the company compete. Okay. For instance, the story of Alipay and also WeChat really changed the purchasing behavior and the way customers do the payment. Another example, Xiaomi, for example, this Xiaomi shows us how we can have very high technology with the affordable and lowest cost of price. So this kind of disruptive technology really changed, and we are actually competing in very competitive environment. Another example, Grabs or Gojek, for example, in Indonesia. These two platforms, has actually changed the transportation business model. And we also acknowledge that at this moment, very recent development where the AI, artificial intelligence, is very significant for us, especially in planning and operating the business. Now the business is not as usual anymore. So using the AI or artificial intelligence, for processing data and make recommendation and solution for product or services, now everything's become more fast, become more effective and efficient. So the application of AI especially really changed the way of we are doing business, fasten the decision-making process, and also provide the alternative solution. So those are the backgrounds that I think we here, all the participants can discuss, exchange ideas, so that we can see in what way, in what aspect that we can learn from the best practice that available. So I believe that in this conference, there will be many real practices of disruptive technology that can be shared among the presenters. So hopefully we can get the benefit and we can learn something to improve our organization, to improve our own process, how to make it more effective and efficient. So with that remarks, I wish all the best and thank you very much.
Thank you, Associate Professor Dr. Ahmed Juso. The third speech will be delivered by the Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya, to Professor Dr. Andi Fetawijaya. Time is yours.
Tes. Tes. Oke, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and the Honorable Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, Universitas Brawijaya, Profesor Dr. Imam Santoso MP. Thank you for coming, Pak Imam. Ya, alhamdulillah Prof. Imam bersama kita. And then Vice Dean, we have Vice Dean 1, Bapak Dr. Ari Prasetyo PhD in front of us, and also Vice Dean 2, Bapak Dr. Faisal Reza, Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya. And we also have here the Head of Department of Business Administration, Dr. Nur Imamah SAB MAB PhD. Yeah, thank you. And also the Chair of BICBATT 2023, Assistant Professor Wiata MAB PhD. Thank you for the arrangement. And also the co-chair of BICBATT 2023, Associate Professor Dr. Ahmad Yusof, Dean of Faculty of Management, University Teknologi Malaysia, UITM, ya. How are you, Professor Ahmad Yusof? Can you hear me?
Yes, great. Thank you.
Thank you. I think I met you last December, right? In the first week, I think we have
Yeah.
signed agreement in UITM.
Yes, nice to meet you again.
Let
Okay.
now, yeah. I expect that someday you will come here
Okay.
by luring.
Inshallah, I will planning for that.
Thank you, Dean. Okay. Professor Dr. Ahmad Yusof is Dean of Faculty of Management, University Teknologi Malaysia. And honorable speakers, Professor Siddharth Singh Bis, Director of LG Institute of Management Studies, India. Professor Haibing Liu from Wuhan University of Science and Technology, China. And then Professor Nur Ismawati Jafar from Department of Decision Science, University Malaya, Malaysia. And then also Associate Professor Nila Firdausi Nuzula from Department of Business Administration, Universitas Brawijaya Indonesia. And Professor Dr. Yuli Suseno, Deputy of Dean Learning and Teaching, College of Business and Law, RMIT University, Australia. Distinguished presenters, participants, and committee of the Brawijaya International Conference of Business Administration, Taxation, and Tourism, BICBATT 2023. A warm welcome to all of you. And we call BICBATT ya, not BICBATT ya. Jadi kita mentionnya jangan BICBATT nanti. Kalau BAT itu kan jelek, tetapi BICBATT gitu ya. Jadi tapi BAT ini bukan berarti dalam bahasa Inggris itu juga BAT itu juga kalau diteruskan menjadi bottom gitu loh. Nah itu jadi agak risih juga ya di bahasa Inggris ini kadang-kadang serba salah ini nyebutkannya ini. Nah, jadi BICBATT ya, jadi T-nya 2 BICBATT gitu ya, bukan BAT gitu ya. Ini the very prestigious event that we have, dan saya akan membuka speech saya ini dengan pantun gitu ya. Nanti setiap selesai kalimat, tolong nanti disampaikan say gitu ya. Ya adik-adik ya sekalian ya. Ini para mahasiswa, our student who come here, and all participant. We have also here some lecturer. I look several lecturer come to this event ya. Thank you very much. I want to buy a ship. Say gitu. Ulangi ya. I want to buy a ship. I send a letter to my father and look forward. Learning, ya, learning itu seperti yang kita lakukan sekarang, belajar ya. Learning is a worship. In the sight of Allah, there is a reward. Thank you. Bapak Ibu sekalian, we are gathered here today, the second annual BICBATT. So we have the first one last year, and proudly organized by Department of Business Administration, Faculty of Administrative Science, Brawijaya University, and this has become a cherished tradition for us. Yeah, this is the second time we did, and following the success of our inaugural event in 2022 last year. And the theme that we have today, BICBATT 2023, driving business creativity. Jadi driving itu berarti mengendarai atau menggerakkan istilahnya, menggerakkan kreativitas bisnis through harnessing disrupt technology. Nah, jadi teknologi, opportunity and challenge ya. Ini reflection of landscape of business in our rapidly changing world ya. especially it resonates with the profound impact of disrupted technology, particularly artificial intelligence, AI. Ya. Kita biasanya singkat AI, artificial intelligence, and which have answer in transformative change in the way business function today. So very influenced in the way we do business day to day. Yeah. And with this theme, BICBATT 2023, in the effort to engage in profound discussion on how companies, jadi bagaimana perusahaan-perusahaan can seize the emerging opportunity presented by disruptive technologies, particularly AI, which has revolutionized business process automation. At the same time, we will explore the intricacies of overcoming the challenge and obstacle that make a company this technological advancement, such as the paramount concern of data privacy in the realm of IT. So BICBATT 2023 designed to serve knowledge sharing platform. In this case, yeah, we collectively explore and navigate the uncharted water of disruptive and also technological development. We aim to provide comprehensive insight to all our participants, fostering a deeper understanding of the evolving dynamic. And for today's conference, fortunately, we have 33 research papers from 9 different countries. So congratulations ya, 9 different countries ya. Jadi 9 negara-negara yang berbeda. I think this is very good ya, because 33 research paper from different country, and both of them student and also lecturers. So the global participant is a testament to the relevancy and significancy of the topic we are addressing. Ini a proof ya that this topic is very important today. Your presence here today underscore the importance of the discussion we are about to embark upon, and we are enthusiastic about the possibility of meaningful exchange, yeah, networking and collaborative problem solving during this conference. Once again, we extend our warmest welcome to each and every one of you. Let us together make BICBATT 2023 and even fill with profound insights, yeah, productive conversations, and the collective pursuit of solutions to the challenge posed by disruptive technology in the world of business. Thank you, and let Brawijaya International Conference on Business Administration, Taxation, and Tourism 2023 commence. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ya, terima kasih.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Andes Andi Feftawijaya. And for the last, we invite the Vice Rector, Academics Affairs of Universitas Brawijaya, Professor Dr. Engineer Imam Santoso, MP, to give a speech. To Professor Imam, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, the Excellencies, all of the keynote speakers, Professor Siddharth Singh Beats, Director of LG Institute of Management Studies, India, Professor Haibing Liu, Yuhan University of Science and Technology, China, Professor Nur Ismawati Jafar, Department of Decision Science, University Malaysia, University Malaya, Malaysia. Assistant Professor Nila Firdausi Nuzula from this faculty, Professor Yuli Suseno, Deputy of Dean Learning and Teaching, College of Business and Law, MIT University Australia, and the Honorable Dean and Vice Dean, Head of Department, Chair and Co-Chair of BICBATT 2023, and all of the participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to stand before you as we embark on this exciting journey of knowledge exchange and collaboration. First, I would like to extend my heart's gratitude to all, that is guests, speakers, scholars, and participants, and of course, the students, and all of the participants who have traveled from various corners of the world, especially by daring, and join in this event in intellectual gathering, especially in international conference. This conference serves as a testament to the power of dialogue and cooperation across borders, and of course, by increasing interconnectedness, it is imperative that we come together to address the pressing challenges and opportunities. By sharing our sites, research finding, and innovative ideas, we can collectively contribute to be betterment of society. Driving business creativity through the harmless disruptive technology present both extraordinary opportunities and formidable challenges. The organization that will thrive in this environment are those that can strike the right balance, effectively leveraging innovative technologies, while addressing the obstacles in their paths. It is a journey that requires vision, adaptability, and a commitment to responsibility in innovation. I would like to express my deepness appreciation for the organizing committees and co-organizing committee, because it is a collaboration between two universities, Faculty of Administration Science, especially Department of Business Science, Business Administration, and Faculty of Management of UTM. Last but not least, I wish you all a fruitful and enrichment experience at the Universitas Brawijaya with this international conference. May our collective effort contribute to the advancement of knowledge, the promotion of cross-cultural understanding, and the creation of a more interconnected and harmonious world. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Imam. With all due respect, should Professor Imam, Professor Andi, and the distinguished vice deans have prior commitments or other engagements, you are cordially invited to excuse yourself from the event. Next to our main agenda today, we will listen to the presentation for some keynote speakers who will be led by moderator. Before we move to the main agenda, let me introduce our moderator for today. Today's moderator is Dr. Ani Rahimah, SAB, MAB, PhD. Bu Ani is a senior lecturer at the Business Administration Department in the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya. She is also the Assistant Professor Business Administration Department, Universitas Brawijaya, and Academic Vice Dean Assistant, Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Brawijaya. Ibu Ani had finished her master's degree of Business Administration in Universitas Brawijaya, Indonesia. She has also finished her doctoral degree of Business Administration, Universitas Brawijaya, and her PhD of Marketing in School of Management, National Central University in Taiwan. Here are some experiences from Dr. Ani Rahimah. Expert executive in mapping and develop business opportunities in Lamandau District. Expert executive in preparing the grand design for the development of the youth of the city of Balikpapan. The keynote speaker of workshop formulating the strategic plan document of the Malang Regency Population Control and Family Planning Agency 2021 until 2026. In addition to those experiences, Ibu Ani also has several published journals, including Journal of Product and Brand Management in 2022, Sustainable Production and Consumptions in 2021, and Journal of Retailing and Consumer Service in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Ani Rahimah, SAB, MAB, PhD. Thank you, Elizabeth, for letting me in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The good-looking just come from Marina Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and happy Tuesday. Hoping your day will full of goodness, joy, peace, love, and blessing. We are welcome you in the second International Brawijaya International Conference of Business Administration, Taxation, Tourism 20 and 23rd. And this is a great opportunity for us because we will have a lot of joy. We would like to discuss the disruptive technology and also the AI that this is in this era, we notice that the key factor of the corporate is not rely on to the low cost and also the availability of the capital, but they rely on the innovative itself. So please kindly to prepare to have a lot of information with regard for two sessions of the speakers. Because of this meeting is conducted in hybrid, so allow me to connect the virtual participants to the on-site participants that the virtual came from 9 countries. You may say hello to them. Kindly to show the participants in virtual, the committee.
Okay then. Yeah. Before the presentation of the keynote speaker begin, allow me to describe how this session will run. We have two speakers today, and each presenter will present their materials for approximately 20 minutes, and followed by Q&A session about 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll end it by conclusion. So just prepare your best idea and also your question to improve our discussion output. Okay then. All right, now let me introduce our first speaker. That is Prof. Haibing Liu, PhD. He is the Professor Associate Dean of Management School, Wuhan University of Science and Technology. And we noticed that he has a lot of experiences, published more than 90 papers and 5 academic monographs and edited 1 textbook, selected into talent plan project of Hubei Province, China, director of the Management Thought and Business Ethics Committee of China Society of Management Modernization, researchers of Technology Innovation Research Center of Tsinghua University, last but not least, founded editor-in-chief of Journal of Innovation Management, and served as an expert reviewer for journals such as Management World, Translation on Engineering Management, and Technology in Society. Hello, Prof. Haibing Liu.
Hello.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
How are you today?
okay. Can you see my screen?
Okay then. What kind
Okay.
of you have your breakfast, Prof. Liu?
Dear Chairman Viata, Professor, firstly, thank you very much for the sharing opportunity provided by the conference. My report is the process and the mechanisms of high-end disruptive innovation driven by digital technology.
Okay then. It seems that Prof. Liu already prepared for present his material. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Prof. Liu Haibing.
My report is process and mechanisms of high-end disruptive innovation driven by digital technology. My report includes 5 parts: introduction, literature review, research design, discussions and conclusions, and management inspiration. Part 1, introduction. In the new era of scientific and technological revolution and industrial change, there is a high degree of convergence and continuous penetration among emerging technologies and disruptive technologies. Products and services continue to emerge in various industries. For example, ChatGPT, a chatbot based on generative pre-trained language models, gained 100 million users in 2 months after its launch, which means brought about major disruption to the search and content generation related industries. Disruptive innovation, understood as an innovation strategy for firms to maintain a sustained competitive advantage in a fiercely competitive global and highly volatile environment, has been one of the most important topics in the field of innovation management research for more than 20 years in the past 2 decades. Once the theory of disruptive innovation was proposed, scholars have centered on the scope, process, and path has been studied extensively at different levels of individuals, organizations, industries, and societies. Despite the great progress, the following two directions deserve further discussion. First, the existing literature focuses on low-end disruptive innovation, but pays insufficient attention to high-end disruptive innovation. Disruptive innovation contains two categories of low-end disruptive innovation and high-end disruptive innovation at the beginning of its proposal. Among them, low-end disruptive innovation emphasizes that disruptors focus on entering the neglected low-end market with simpler, more convenient, and more cost-effective products, and then rapidly improving product performance through continuous technological improvement to win mainstream market share. And the high-end disruptive innovation, on the other hand, emphasize the creation of entirely new market demand by virtue of new technologies. Compared with low-end disruptive innovations, high-end disruptive innovation tend to be characterized by being based on major technological breakthroughs, cutting through with higher performance and price products, and focus on new markets ignored by the mainstream market. However, much of the existing literature focus on low-end disruptive innovations, with a particular focus on later common forms catching up through low-end disruptive innovations or business model innovations. Second, existing literature calls for the development of theoretical framework based on empirical evidence to explore the mechanism of generating disruptive innovations driven by digital technologies. A common conclusion in research relating to digital technology driving innovation is that digital technology can fundamentally change consumer behavior and expectations and disrupt the competitive landscape of incumbents. And in turn, scholars of disruptive innovation have called for an exploration of process and mechanism by which digital technology driving disruptive innovations are generated. One of the reasons is the existing research has taken no fundamental change in the paradigm of technological innovation as a premise, but in fact, digital technologies have changed the traditional paradigm of technological innovation. Therefore, exploring the process of digital technology driving disruptive innovation offers the possibility of developing new series of disruptive innovation. Based on this study focuses on the core research question of how digital technology drives the emergence of high-end disruptive innovation. Based on the innovation practice of China Media Group, a China company, micro vaporizing and grill as a case study. This study proposed a theoretical framework for digital technology driven high-end disruptive innovations through inductive exploratory case analysis. Specifically, this study explores the process of generating high-end disruptive innovations based on the three stages of front-end stage, development stage, commercialization stage. It further identifies the digital connectivity mechanisms and the digital synergy mechanisms Part 2, literature review. Part 1, disruptive innovation. Christensen originally developed the concept of the disruptive technology. The central concept of disruptive technology is that a disruptor takes advantage of continued interaction between emerging frontier technology and the dominant technology, so as to develop a technology or product that is not valued by the dominant market, and thus enter the low-end or new market. The disruptor's product or service is usually initially inferior to the incumbents in terms of value attributes. But as the age technology continues to improve and eventually outperforms the dominant technology, the disruptor succeeds in crowding out the dominant market. Later on, the connotation of disruptive innovation was expanded from technology to disruptive products, disruptive services, disruptive business models, which made the theory of disruptive innovation abundant. Overall, disruptive innovation is evolved into a big umbrella concept. Scholars emphasize characteristics such as changing the mainstream, new products, new markets, or new business models. At the same time, a consequence in the existing literature is that disruptive innovation is a process, not just a outcome. For example, Steven, 2021, discomposed the development process of disruptive innovation into two phases, entry and transformation, and argue that the success of disruptive innovation largely depends on whether the value attributes of the new product or service are consistently improved during the transformation phase and ultimately outperform the mainstream technology. Second, high-end disruptive innovation uses a new technology track as an entry point to create a new market demand with a new technology, thereby constructing a new market position and gradually occupy the mainstream market. High-end disruptive innovation often involves a shift in the established technological paradigm of the industry and involves competition between the disruptor and the incumbent firms and different technology tracks, which makes the process of technology emergence and evolution more complex. Further, high-end disruptive innovation involves the creation of a totally new market demands more attention to the fuzzy front-end stage. For these two reasons, we need to systematically study the process of generating high-end disruptive innovation. Part 2, digital technology driving innovation. Digital technology is defined as a combination of information, computing, communication, and connectivity technologies. The core difference of digital technology lies in the rapid development of related technologies such as connectives and computing, which enable to widely connect and quantitative change lead to qualitative change. Specifically, on the one hand, digital technologies are characterized by automaticity, availability, openness, which make it easy for innovators to identify innovation opportunities, develop the innovative products, and develop complex and novel functionalities. Thus, subverting the traditional innovation process. On the other hand, the dynamic environment for disruptive innovation is continuing to change, while digital technologies are constructing new technological practices based on changes in existing technological paradigms. When new technological paradigm emerges, the underlying logic of the innovation process in firms also changes as a new technological paradigm. Both the process and the mechanism of action of digital technology on the emergence of disruptive innovation need to be theorized and constructed. The rapid development of digital technology is precisely an opportunity to explore the mechanism of generating disruptive innovation in the context of technological paradigm shift and then expand the theory of disruptive innovation. To summarize, disruptive innovation is a process under the existing literature mainly focused on the field of low-end disruptive innovation and lacks in-depth exploration of high-end disruptive innovation. Meanwhile, digital technology has subverted the traditional innovation process by exploring the mechanism of digital technology driving high-end disruptive innovation. It can not only expand the theory of disruptive innovation in context of technological paradigm shift, but also enrich the research on digital technology driving innovation. Part 3, research design. My research case selection based on theoretical sampling. My study chose media's micro reprovi and grill as a case study for the following reasons. First, this study focuses on the process of generating high-end disruptive innovations. You can see from this table, we make comparisons among radical innovation, low-end disruptive innovation, high-end disruptive innovation. For example, at the market, radical innovation, a market of radical innovation is mainstream market. The market of low-end disruptive innovation is low-end of market ignored by the mainstream. And the market of high-end disruptive innovation is high-end new markets ignored by the mainstream. Data collection, we includes stage 2. Stage 1, the first stage is from December 2019 to December 2021. This stage is collecting data, preliminary interviews, and public information relating to current status of media's scientific and technology innovation capabilities as a whole, especially analyze the innovation capability and market breakthrough the leading innovative product in the past 5 years. Stage 2, the second phase from December 2021 to March 2022, focus on the core issue of how media use digital technology to drive the innovation of macro, steam, and grill, and conducting the intensive with the head of Media Center Research Institute, the team of Science and Technology and Department, and so on. This is our study conclusions. First of all, this case study found that the high-end disruptive innovation generation process consists of 3 stages of core innovation activities, including the front-end stage, the development stage, and the commercialization stage. First, in the front-end stage, high-end disruptive innovation focuses on new markets ignored by incumbents. This distinguished both from the mainstream custom that persistent innovation focus on the low-end custom that low-end disruptive innovation focus on. This requires identifying relatively certain market and industry position for specific innovation activities such as opportunity identification and product conceptualization, thereby reduces the risk and the cost of dominating the mainstream market in the future. At this stage, digital technology facilitates the identification of potential high-end new market opportunities through core user characteristics, expressed demand collection, and user behavior insight, while allowing initial concept engineering, and concept combinations and become more accurate. Thus, they significantly reducing the ambiguity of the market and the technological innovations. Second, at the development stage, high-end disruptive innovation focus on disruptive innovation of existing knowledge principles or technology tracks to create knowledge or technology innovations. This is different from low-end disruptive innovation based on development of adequate technology and persistent innovation based on the development of the continuous improvement of existing technology. In this study, we find that traction technology and simulation experiment represent 2 aspects of technological direction and technological efficiency. Third, in the commercialization phase, high-end disruptive innovation emphasizes repeat innovation of breakthrough technologies to achieve repeat disruptive, thereby crowding out the mainstream market. This is in contrast to low-end disruptive innovation, which focus on disrupt overserved value attribute in the mainstream market to meet the segmented needs of mainstream customer through continuous innovation. Secondly, the play of the connectivity, aggregation, and the analytical capabilities of digital technologies drives the generation of high-end disruptive innovation through 2 types of mechanisms, namely digital connectivity and digital synergy. Specifically, first, at the level of virtual physical systems, the connectivity, aggregation, and analytical functions of digital technologies give rise to digital twins, which enable various links in the process of generating high-end disruptive innovations. A digital twin is a virtual replica of a specific object. On the other hand, in the front-end stage, built in the central feed. Second, at the level of open agent, the connectivity, integration, and analytical capabilities of digital technology, accelerate open innovation and enable distributed collaboration, makes the development and the commercialization phase more efficient. These case studies show that external innovation resources absorbed through open innovation and internal innovation resources through distributed collaboration are the key links that enable high-end disruptive innovation to occur. Third, at the level of the innovation ecosystem, digital technology enabled ecological embodied law for abrupt change in all aspects of high-end disruptive innovation. Building on existing products, firms utilize the interface provided by digital technology to interact with users and complementary industries to form a digital ecosystem based value network. And my case study have three practical insights. First, managers should consider leverage the connectivity, aggregation, and analytics capabilities of digital technologies. Second, managers should realize the importance of digital connection between cities and people, and the digital integration and the collaboration of internal and external and internal resources for disruptive innovation. Thirdly, relevant government departments should, on the one hand, establish a policy system to ensure that enterprises can utilize digital technology to carry out high-end disruptive innovation, and on the other hand, formulate and improve data security and privacy protection policies to ensure the privacy and the security of consumers and enterprise data in the process. This is my report. Thank you. This is my report. Okay.
Haibing, are you finished from your presentation right now?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we are finished.
Okay, okay then. Okay, thank you for your remarkable and comprehensive explanation regarding the how digital technology can drive on the disruptive innovation for high end, of course. And then we would like to have the Q&A session. I offer the first session is question for the on-site participants. That yes, please give the microphone for the young entrepreneur there. Prof. Haibing, we have one question for all participants here.
Yes, hello. Hello.
Yes, Prof.
Hello.
Okay.
Got us here.
Can I ask something?
Oh, okay, okay. Pak Sabarudin, kindly to wait. We already have one question from on-site participants here, and then we move to your question after this.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, please.
Okay, for the first, thank you for the occasion. And let me introduce myself. My name is Rio Yusrian. I'm from Business Administration Science, Universitas Brawijaya. And also, maybe I saying my greetings for Professor Haibing Liu. It was a great speech and presentation. And I have a question in my note regarding about what are the long-term potential implication of high and disruptive innovation fueled by digital technology that you have already provided, and also how should businesses and policymakers prepare for this change? Maybe that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Prof. Haibing, we have two questions from Rian, the young entrepreneur here, regarding, first of all, what is the long-term sector or industry that can achieve by the disruptive innovation, and then how the government regulation or rules regarding this issue. Prof. Haibing, kindly to respond it.
Thank you. This is a good question. First of all, we found the high-end disruptive innovation generation consists of 3 stages of core innovation activities. First, front-end stage, development stage, and the commercialization stage. At the front-end stage, digital technology facilitates the identification of the potential high-end new opportunities through core user heuristics, impressing demand collection and user behavior insight, while allowing initial concept engineering and concept combination become more accurate, thus significantly reduce the ambiguity of market and technological innovations. And the development stage and disruptive innovation focus on the disruptive innovation, existing knowledge for simple technology tracks to create knowledge. We further the traction technology and the simulation experiment present 2 aspects of technological direction and the technological efficiency. And the commercialization stage, high-end disruptive innovation emphasizes rapid innovation of breakthrough technology to achieve rapid disruption of existing. Above 3 stages, we give some critical insights, especially managers should realize the importance of digital connections between cities and people, and the digital integration and the collaboration of external and internal resources for disruptive innovation. Based on this, managers should establish and improve the mechanism to ensure digital connectivity and digital synergy in enterprises to promote high-end disruptive innovation capabilities. I think it's a good question and need a deeper discussion. Thank you for your question.
Okay, then. Thank you for your enlightenment answer. Rian, did you got the answer from Prof. Haibing?
No, I get the point of Professor Haibing Liu answer. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rian. Our next CEO of the startup, I think. Okay, then we have another person, Prof. Haibing, from Siddhartha. Pak Sabarudin. Okay then. Pak Sabarudin, you may unmute your microphone and then raise your question directly.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. If we refer to the Clayton Christensen on his dilemma in the Potter books, what is to be considered in the process of mechanism of high-end disruptive innovation regarding to the window of opportunity in the dynamic, heavy competitive market? That is the first question. Then second is, if you have to choose in Puka business environment, which one you will prepare to develop the low-end innovation or high-end innovation? Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Sabarudin. Prof. Haidin, we have another two questions. Would you like to respond it? Kindly to respond it, please. Prof. Haidin Liu, are you there? Okay.
Okay. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Could you pattern your question?
Could you pattern the question?
Oh, yes. If you repair to the Clayton Christensen in his book, Dilemma Innovator, yeah, the product of innovation sometimes not value to the business, yeah, just on very technical, but not can absorb on the market. So what is to be considered in the process and mechanism of high-end disruptive innovation regarding to the window market opportunity, then maybe needs in the dynamic and heavy competitive market? And second is, if you have to choose in the Puka market, yeah, volatile anything, in the Puka business environment, which one do you choose? The low-end innovation or high-end innovation? Yeah, because we know like digital twin is a very expensive in the development phase. So what we will choose? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for question. We have discussed compare among radical innovation, low-end disruptive innovation, high-end disruptive innovation. High-end disruptive innovation focus market technology and the product is different from radical innovation and the low-end disruptive innovation. For example, market of radical innovation is mainstream market, and the market of high-end disruptive innovation is high-end new market ignored by the mainstream, and the market of low-end disruptive innovation is the low end of the market ignored by the mainstream. Secondly, the technology of radical innovation is a significant breakthroughs in technology, and the technology of high-end disruptive innovation is major breakthroughs in technology or cross-border migration of technology. By contrast, the technology of low-end disruptive innovation is good enough. And thirdly, the product of radical innovation is better performance and higher price. And the product of high-end disruptive innovation is no mainstream value attribute cut through and higher price. By contrast, the product of low and disruptive innovation is no mainstream value attribute cut through and lower price. We further the market, technology, and the product of three terms have differences. In addition, the target of disruption of radical innovation, low and disruptive innovation, and the high and disruptive innovation is different. For example, disruptor of radical innovation is innovators are mostly incumbents or innovation-based startups, but the disruptor of high-end disruptive innovation is disruptors are mostly incumbent or innovation-based entrepreneurs. The path to disruption of radical innovation is low and entry. By contrast, paths to disruption of high-end disruptive innovation is high-end entry. Above all, radical innovation and low-end disruptive innovation, high-end disruptive innovation are different. This is a good question. We continue to research it. Thank you very much.
It was great explanation regarding what is the consideration of the digital technology mechanism to develop the disruptive innovation. Pak Sabarudin, did you got the answer from Prof. Haibing?
Yes, I agree with you, Prof. Haibing, for the different area of high-end and low-end innovation. But we have to consider the life of the technology in terms of their because the technology is very dynamic, and they will go through the some innovation that will be tap the old technology. So we have to consider about the life cycle of the technology itself in the innovation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay then. Prof. Haibing, would you kind to give a closing statement regarding this issue, please? The closing statement regarding this issue?
Now I have finished my report. Okay.
Okay, Prof. Haibing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can notice that the dynamic environments continue to change, and also the consumer behavior and also the market itself. So, the digital technology connectivity and the integration of those kind digital technology can develop the disruptive innovation. So, we cannot deny on the dynamic technology itself. We should deal with those kind of technologies so the corporate can gain the competitive advantage. Okay, Prof. Haibing, thank you for your comprehensive and wonderful presentation regarding this issue. Ladies and gentlemen, big applause for Prof. Haibing Liu.
Thank you.
Okay, 谢谢 Prof. Haibing Liu. 再见. Okay, we move to our second speakers. That is Prof. Siddharth Singh Bis. I would like to introduce his CV first. Professor Dr. Siddharth Singh Bis is the director of and associate professor at LG Institute of Management Studies, School of Management Studies, LG University. His research focus on strategic management, marketing management, brand management, consumer behavior, and research methodology. And he has two remarkable experiences. He got pedagogical award for innovation in teaching, Gujarat Technology University 2013, the teaching innovation with capability recognition and development lesson in entrepreneurship, a platform to inculcate the spirit of entrepreneurship among students. It's a wonderful award for Professor Sidat. And the second is instrumental in securing 5-star rating for 2020 Government of Gujarat. Prof. Sidat, how are you today? Prof. Sidat, are you there? Did you got us, Prof. Sidat? It seems that you already say something to us, but we haven't got your voices right now. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. It seems we have technical disruption. We can't hear your voices here, Prof. Sidat. I'm sorry. We will fix it soon. Check. Are you short using your another gadget, Prof. Sidat? Okay. Do you need more time to using your another? Okay. Kindly to waiting. Prof. Sidat will explore regarding the disruptive or generative AI and the opportunities and challenges of those kind of technology, because of there are a lot of benefit, and also we cannot close our eyes regarding the dark side of AI itself. For this time, Prof. Sidat will focus on how the AI driving the competitive advantage in industry. So it's not focused on using in low-end disruptive technology. Are you okay right now, Prof. Sidat? Yeah. I'm sorry. We cannot catch your voices right now, Prof. Sidat. Your camera is okay, but the audio cannot deliver your great idea. So we are waiting for your best gadget for it. Okay, then. The participants, did you already have any experience regarding the EI?
Am I audible now?
Okay, then.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, okay. How
Okay.
I see that?
Okay. First of all, dear ma'am, pardons and apologies for the mild technical glitch that happened.
It's okay.
And as they say in Indonesia, Selamat Siang, good morning. And since I'm from India, Namaste. It's a pleasure to be here. My heartfelt thanks to Professor Vieta for giving me this opportunity. Special thanks to Professor Indiran, who was constantly coordinating with me and made this thing happen. Uh, my thanks to the entire team of BICBATT who have invited me. Uh, yes, so when can I start? Because I believe that we are late by a couple of minutes because of the technical glitch. So may I share my presentation if you permit, ma'am?
Okay, then. Okay, proceed that. You already ready to present your material right now?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our second speaker, Prosidat Singbis, that will generate the generative artificial intelligence and industry.
Yeah. Okay. So is the screen visible?
Yeah, it's okay. We can
Okay.
capture. Okay.
Okay, great. So the topic of my study and research is generative artificial intelligence and industry. Uh, I'll just put a perspective to the whole thing. In the last couple of months, I have been writing a book on generative artificial intelligence, and what I'm presenting to all of you is a part of my research that is going to be one of the chapters in the book. So we all know that thanks to the media coverage that Chat GPT 3 and Chat GPT 4 has received, thanks to all the media bites that Dolly and Bard have received, and suddenly generative artificial intelligence has come to the forefront. And if one goes by media reports, it seems as if it's going to replace everything in this world. So around the time when generative artificial intelligence was getting a lot of traction, me and my fellow co-authors had this deep curiosity as to what is happening. Uh, for a lot of people who are not entirely conversant with, what is artificial intelligence or generative artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence the history of artificial intelligence goes back to the times in Greece when they talked about thinking machines. But proper development began in 1950s, especially through Turing tests, especially through computers. And that is when there was a sudden inflection in artificial intelligence. Now, primarily, we can divide artificial intelligence into two types. One is the machine learning types, which is known as predictive artificial intelligence. That means there's huge amount of data, models are being run on it, and prediction is generated. And the new form of it is generative artificial intelligence. The point that generative artificial intelligence or GAI makes over predictive artificial intelligence is the ability to come up with something new. So the ability to write a story, the ability to paint a picture, the ability to write a code, the ability to write a song. So that is where the power of generative artificial intelligence comes in. Now, what I was trying to do as a part of my study as to the book that I was writing was I want to do an initial study as to how is GAI going to impact different industries? Now, this could be bright sunshine sectors like finance. This could be sectors that need lot of attention, like agriculture. My country, India, is a agriculture based economy, and it's like agriculture is very important for my nation. So I was trying to look at the impact of not only global sectors, but also lot of industries that need immediate attention. So the current purview of my study is the impact of generative artificial intelligence on different industries like healthcare, education, because all of us are educationists, and somewhere we all feel that probably, GAI is going to impact us. Finance, entertainment, retail, automobile, and agriculture. So quickly, throwing the ball on the court, the next slide that I put across is the website of Suki. Suki is the world's unique AI that is into healthcare. It helps doctors, medical practitioners take notes, takes dictation and commands, simplifies coding. So somewhere it makes the medical process and the doctor's work easier. So I looked at a couple of case studies. The methodology of study in my research was case study oriented, because I observed that GI tools have been employed in different companies in different ways, okay, catering to different audiences. So I went through this case study approach. Since time and presentation doesn't permit me to put the entire case study in detail, I'm putting the highlights of it, but when the discussion comes, we can go into more depth. So Suki is a documentation company that partnered with Google and launched its AI voice assistant, takes medical notes, makes the work of the medical practitioner extremely smooth. Similarly, in our country, in India, Apollo Group of Hospitals is one of the largest chain. They have generated a generative AI tool known as Clinical Intelligence Engine. What does it do? Since Apollo is a large hotel, they have huge amount of data. GAI from actual data can generate synthetic data on the basis of which further prediction can happen. So this data again is used by doctors in terms of providing better clinical solutions, and even so personalized clinical solutions. So intuitive clinical assistant, okay, CII by Apollo Group is now being used in India by Apollo Group of hospitals and even other practitioners also. So what are we looking at? The healthcare sector, especially GI net, is probably going to change the way patient care diagnostics happens. Predictive models can generate synthetic health data regarding heart rates, blood pressure, glucose level, and this all can be used without risking patient privacy. Currently, the problem that was happening was that if machine learning tools were to be used, they were to be used on actual data. But thanks to generative AI, on the basis of actual data, synthetic data can be generated, tools can be run on it, simulations can be generated, and machine learning tools can be used for better prediction. So the power of GI over here. What are the positives over here? Okay, what we'll try to do is that we'll very objectively try to look at the positives and negatives so that we know that what are the future challenges if we have to live and probably be productive with this technology. Clinical decision making is far time more faster. What happens is, in terms of the results that come through MRI, CT scans, PET scans, generative artificial intelligence has the power to improve the rendering, make it more clear, and make the results better. Secondly, generative AI are also very, very good in terms of prediction in terms of catastrophic events, also in terms of an say medical outbreak, an illness outbreak, okay, and also in terms of drug discovery. One of the most common usages of this tool has been that it's very good in terms of predicting patterns. So there's large amount of data, prediction can happen on the basis of which personalized solutions can be given. Currently, with GI being in several medical tools, probably constant monitoring and then constant advice can be given through chatbots to patients. So that something is very, very helpful, and you do not need patients, so you don't need doctors and nurses all the time. On the negative side, there's a huge problem related to ethical concerns, okay, because what happens is generative AI has a problem, which is it tends to sometimes hallucinate. Hallucinate in the sense that if data is missing, it will create its own data. As we go through the reports regarding, Chat GPT or Bard, we all know that at times the responses that are coming are not entirely perfect. So not only can there be a health hazard, there could be ethical concerns also. And at times, if real data is getting involved somewhere, the issue of privacy, of data leakage stands real and big. So those are the challenges that have to be looked into. Now, my second sector that is very close to my heart, and I can say without the fear of contradiction that most of you being educationists would empathize with me, that we as teachers have been looking at GI as a two-sided, two-edged sword, the one that cuts and the one that probably puts at a threat also. So I was just studying the use of generative AI in education. So I came across this very beautiful app. A lot of you people are aware of it. It's Duolingo. Duolingo is one of the most popular language teaching app across the world. In many countries and universities, rather than taking IELTS as a score of knowing, as a score of English proficiency, Duolingo is being used. Duolingo is now using some very exciting AI tools to make learning better for students. Uh, Similarly, one of the largest portals in the world, that is probably the largest repository for online, massive open online courses, is Coursera. Coursera recently has tied up with ChatGPT and has come up with some very interesting AI-driven solutions for all its students. Uh, most of us know Coursera because some of the best courses from the top universities are there on Coursera, and they are very rampantly using AI not only for professors to develop courses, but for students to customize the way they learn from Coursera. And there's been some very interesting development that has happened in India. The Indian government has set up a portal by the name of Bhashini. Bhashini in our language, Hindi, means something that supports language. India is a land of diaspora. We have 22 official languages and more than 780 other languages. So it so happens is that in every different province, every different state, every different city, probably there's a different language that is being studied. And that is where the divide comes in. So AI is being used over here where all educational material, all data on the internet can be accessed by anyone in their own language. So what happens is this particular generative AI tool is going to make knowledge and information accessible to all 140 Indians. So that's a very beautiful, that's currently happening in the last 2 years, and that's why I brought it in mention over here. So quickly, let's see what is what over here. So I put the three small case studies for you. Duolingo, one of the leading educational technology companies, okay, one of the biggest companies in terms of language training and English training. So they have employed GPT-4 through an automated feedback on speech and grammar exercises. Interestingly, as the entire world in education moves towards online examinations, and with this constant need of online exams to be proctored, okay, to be properly observed so that there's no cheating happening, Duolingo is using artificial intelligence to ensure the candidate doesn't cheat, the test items are perfect, the difficulty level is correct, and grades are being given. So it's almost like replacing the human interaction over here effectively. At the same time, Duolingo is also coming up with a role-playing feature. For example, I as an Indian want to learn French, so there'll be an artificial GAI, a generative artificial intelligence driven uh, coffee maker from Paris who will interact with me in French. So what would happen is rather than a real-time teacher, I have a chat bot, okay, who is designed, programmed in such a way to speak with me in French with context to coffee. So there's a proper role-playing feature over there. At the same time, there's also a virtual teacher that is GPT driven, okay, which is going to, like a real teacher, explain why is the answer incorrect, what changes are to be done. Similarly, the second case study, the global e-learning platform Coursera, this offering different courses. So it has got a Coursera coach, which very similar to Duolingo is helping the student learn better. At the same time, there is also an AI driven tool that is assisting professors to have better courses and make their courses better and faster and uploading them on Coursera. Similarly, I mentioned the case about Bhashini in India, which actually helps every Indian access data on internet and other educational data in English in their own mother tongue. Okay, so uh, let's look at the scenario. What are we looking at over here? So as per Global Market Insights, artificial intelligence is roughly a 4 billion market size and expected to grow in leaps and bounds. And of course, as many of us rightfully thought and predicted that, yes, it is going to replace many things. Of course, we'll come to the replacement point at a later point. But yes, many things are going to change in education. Now, what are the positives? The positives is that it's very good for the student because based on a student's performance, strength and weaknesses, the entire curriculum, the entire pedagogy, the way of teaching can be altered. Learning can be a lot of fun through games and simulations. Chat GPT is an entire world if explored in the right way. Lot of beautiful activities can be given to the students where they are being taught to give the right kind of prompts and observe what comes out over there. In schools, teachers can give activities like, put the right prompt and generate a story on Chat GPT. So what happens is there's a power of creativity that emerges over there. At the same time, GPT and such generative artificial intelligence tools reduces the time of content development. Why? Because content is now readily available with the right kind of prompt on Chat GPT. Huge amount of data comes. Yes, what has to be observed is that the data has to be curated, whether it is authentic, valid or not. And in that way, it improves teachers' productivity. So a lot of things the teacher wants to do can actually happen faster if one understands how to do it or one knows how to do it. But at the same time, there are a lot of problems also with generative AI because generative AI is giving new data on the basis of old data. If the old data is skewed, if the old data is stereotyped, there can be problems. So that is where one needs to understand that at the end of the day, GAI is not God. It is basically a model that is generated on the basis of old data. As more data is done, it iterates and makes its responses better. So the data that has been fed over into it has to be precise, has to be accurate. Something goes wrong there, and we get huge erroneous results outside, as we see in a lot of media reports regarding generative AI. Now, one of the biggest issues that stands out for education is that how do we leverage generative AI for student benefit, for student skill development for the next 10 years? How can we ensure that proper development happens without hindering the students' critical thinking, analytical skills, and work integrity? Because somewhere we know that, Chat GPT suddenly came across and rendered student assignment obsolete. So what can we do now? What is a new challenge that we can give as teachers? So that is also probably that warrants a separate research, a separate paper. I'm also looking at it. Probably a lot of us would look at it further. Quickly going ahead now. The next sector I'm quickly touching is finance. Finance happens to be a sunshine sector, huge amount of data available. So one of the best uh, databases and repository in the world is Bloomberg, being used by most of the finance companies, and most of their analysis now has moved on to which existingly was actually with natural language processing and machine learning, but now GEI has also found inroads into it. So what's happening over here? So Bloomberg has its own software by name of Terminal. Now with GPT getting plugged into it, sentiment analysis, news classification, answering queries, chatbots for clients becomes a reality. And this helps clients in faster data, better access, and more pinpointed information. So probably now financial services becomes more. So what are the scenarios, pros and cons that I observed on the basis of my study? That yes, there could be a huge revolution in financial services. Reason being, there's huge amount of data. A lot of tools can be run on this thing, and a lot of beautiful predictions can happen. At the same time, there are a lot of clients who want personalized solutions. So personalized chatbots in the area of finance can be a big boon to clients and to companies. At the same time, many things can be automated. Personalized marketing would be better. fraud detection and defense would become far, far more better. Product development would be a lot more faster. But at the same time, one of the biggest risks of GI with finance is that if something goes wrong, the repercussions are extremely dangerous because a lot of issues still into data privacy. So quickly looking at some of the high points, commenting on the bank statement of a client, having huge data, making prediction, uh, acting as a virtual salesman on the basis of a past conversation of the client with the banker, the AI can generate a parallel script to sell something else based on customer feedback, giving a sentiment analysis of what do clients think about the financial service provider, giving summaries of huge amount of financial data, having journal conversation with clients. All these things now easily goes into the domain of generative artificial intelligence. Yes, it has got lot of bearing on the working of the financial service provider. There's a lot of bearing on human resource training. A lot of human resources also become obsolete. Okay, and as I do remember, as a part of my study, I've been talking to many professionals, and the thing that comes out is it's not human resource that gets obsolete in this matter, but the skill set of the human resource changes. It might not happen is that all the jobs might get obsolete and there might be no jobs thanks to GI, but what would happen is that human resource now needs to upskill themselves in order to remain more relevant, because at the end of the day, GI also needs humans to run them. So a lot of predictions, fraud detection, etc., can happen through GI. And as I mentioned, the negative points is that reliability of data, data privacy and security, and at the same time, in all financial institutions across the world, there are always apex bodies and regulatory authorities who might not very easily get into generative AI, something that they don't entirely understand. So it is going to be some time before all regulators across the world or top financial institutions are safely going to adopt GEI. It is still going to take some time. The next most sector, which of course brings a lot of romance and excitement, is probably the media and the entertainment sector. So there was this very successful campaign of ex-footballer David Beckham. So David Beckham was talking about, getting rid of malaria, and he did so in 9 different languages. Of course, he spoke in his mother tongue, which is British English, but thanks to deep faking videos, uh, yeah, uh, so thanks to deep faking videos, he was speaking in 9 different languages. Now, the company that was behind it, Synthesia, they openly admitted that using this kind of technology can come up with a lot of actual fake videos and can cause a lot of scandals and can cause a lot of controversy and can cause a lot of problems. As we look at this next one, so as I put this creative over here, this seems to be the photograph of the actual Hollywood star, Morgan Freeman. But in this video, the generative AI avatar openly declares that I am not Morgan Freeman. I'm just a GAI generated avatar of Morgan Freeman. But if one looks at the resemblance, it is so dangerously close. So this is what we are looking at. Probably in the world of media and entertainment, generative artificial intelligence opens a whole new Pandora box of opportunities if one looks at it. Let's look at this. Generative artificial intelligence, probably a part of education, has one of the highest bearings on entertainment as a sector. Entertainment sector is divided into several things. It is divided into films, it is divided into television, into music, into video games, into live events. And generative artificial intelligence can be used in each of these sectors excellently and to a huge extent. New content creation becomes very, very easy. If we look at artificial intelligence apps like Mid-Journey, high-end movies can be generated through that. So new content creation, post-production, marketing, all of them can happen through it. If we look at entertainment sites like Netflix, so OTT platforms and Netflix are extensively using generative AI, not only for new content, but to customize content as per requirement, and at the same time, deliver content as per clients. So we find a whole new immersive experience that is coming up. In music also, GI has been used for composition and production. In video games, GI and GI tools like Midjourney are used for more realistic and an engaging experience. So if you look at the whole thing, GI probably has a very huge impact on the media and film sector. So look at the positive things: content creation, consumer experience, distribution of content, personalized marketing campaigns, audience analysis. And one of the strong points is that deepfake videos. So customizing content as per a particular country. Say example that a movie is getting dubbed using deepfake videos, the lip movement is changed as per the language of that particular country. So which gives excellent results in terms of content. At the same time, if let us say that videos are to be moderated using GI tools, data can be moderated over there. A lot of disturbing things can be eliminated without compromising on the quality of the video. But on the flip side, there are huge challenges. There are a lot of things, a lot of beautiful photographs, videos that are generated through AI. Now the issue of property comes into: whom does it belong? Does it belong to the tool or does it belong to the human being? Okay, at the same time, if the GI generates images of human beings, what about privacy? So what happens is these issues currently are to be addressed, and currently there are no clear norms on it. But yes, in the future regulations and norms would come in. Till then things are in a little limbo, but the truth is that the media sector is going through a great revolution thanks to GAI. So next we are looking at retail over here. Now I have put up this is a pic of a website known as Lala Land. Now what does Lala Land do? It so happens is that a lot of business, pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID, happen online. So a lot of online shopping portals, put up their clothes and garments on models. And most of these models are like thin and they adhere to a certain beauty standard. But the truth is, in the client, it is different. A client has different sizes. So what Lala Land is doing, Lala Land is providing AI models to different online shopping websites. So there's a model who is thin, there's a model who is not so thin, there's a model who is heavy. Now, what's the beauty in this entire matter is that while online shopping, the customer can choose the body type and then see whether the dress fits over there or not. The beauty in this entire thing is the amount of return of merchandise reduces. A lot of companies availing the services of Lala Land observed that their return of merchandise got reduced from 25 to 40%, which is a substantial thing. So what goes wrong in online purchases that a garment purchase might not be of the correct size, but thanks to AI models that gives you an avatar as per your body type, so you know what fits you exactly. So once you purchase the merchandise, you purchase the garment, you're not returning because you selected the perfect avatar. So that is Lala Land for you. A Dutch Amsterdam-based tech startup develops hyper-realistic AI-driven virtual models. What is Lala Land doing? It's trying to empower e-commerce brands by understanding that each human body is different. They are giving different kind of body types thanks to generative AI. So what happens is customers select a model that fits them best, looks how the garment, how is the garment looking on a body avatar of their type, and that's the reason why the garments when purchased do not return. Retail is also going through a revolution when it comes to generative AI. A lot of personalized marketing and product recommendations happens on the basis of past data. Inventory level supply chains also get optimized because of GAI. Personalized chatbots happen. Virtual fitting rooms are also there in the case of generative AI. That's a tool that happens because of GI, which is very, very useful when it comes to online shopping. Okay, now very quickly going to the last two sectors over here. I'm looking at automobiles. So I've just put up the link of Hamio AI. It's providing solutions to autonomous driving cars. That means driverless cars, something that is taking the world of storm. And China has been a market leader in that, much to the angst and envy of Elon Musk from Tesla. Even Tesla has not been able to achieve the success that this company has achieved. So now what is happening is the autonomous system that is being generated over here, through which cars are going to be driven without drivers, okay, is generated on a GAI tool. So probably this is the future of autonomous driving. Okay. uh, at the same time, even in cars where they've got drivers, it can be a fantastic tool, okay, to support the driving experience. So the Great Wall backed Chinese technology startup Hemio came up with driver GPT. So it's an autonomous driving support platform. It operates on the basis of reinforcement learning from human feedback that has got actual manual driving data that goes into it, on the basis of which decision making capabilities arise. With this thing going to the next level, autonomous driving with safety is going to become a strong realization across the world. Having said that, there are other domains in automobiles wherein GI comes in. So designing automobiles, optimizing the supply chain, increasing the experience of the customer becomes a part of GI. Okay, and I took something very close to my heart, and something that is linked to my country, which is agriculture. Agriculture in all countries, based on rainfall, based on type of soil, based on pest, has been a very, very tedious process, wherein information sharing becomes very, very important. And in a land of India, as I said, where there are more than 790 languages, interacting with each other is a challenge. And that's the reason why there is this Go AI that actually helps farmers chat with each other. Each one of them might be using their own language, but the AI brings them on a common language platform when people from different languages can interact with each other. So it's known as farmer chat. So again, farmer chat takes its power from Bhashini, the other AI portal in India, okay, wherein farmers, other intermediaries, government authorities all interact with each other without the barrier of language affecting them. Okay, so in agriculture industry also, we've been observing that there's a lot of precision farming, crop optimization, and other things that can happen through generative AI. Now, actually, probably I could go on and on and on, because in the last couple of months, this is what I've been researching on, and it has possessed me as a demon. So I could go on, but I just try to curtail the matter based on the timing given to me. So very quickly, some of the basic challenges is that the upskilling of employees, because now as GI comes in, it's time that we all understand that we need to up our game and probably come in tune with how GI works and the skills that are needed for GI. There are a lot of ethical issues linked to GI that have to be addressed. One needs to understand GI is not 100% perfect prediction. These tools tend to hallucinate and they generate mythical, imaginative data. So we need to be wary about it. At times, content moderation doesn't happen and is incorrect, because at the end of the day, it's a tool. And there are a lot of legal issues, privacy issues linked to it. Having said that, I can just summarize that probably GI is a wonderful servant, but can be a dangerous master. So one needs to look at it with a lot of happiness, but an equal caution as well. Uh, that is it. I just tried to put my 100 pages of writing in probably a couple of slides. So that is it from my end. Thank you, and I'm open to any questions that are there.
Okay, Prof. Sida, thank you for your wonderful and interesting explanation regarding the GAI that implement in many sectors. Okay, then I offering one question from the participants.
Yes, please.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. We beautiful classes.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you, Prof. Siddharth, for the insightful material about AI. I would like to ask, my name is Diza, and I would like to ask, What are the ethical and regulatory challenges associated with the use of generative AI in industry, and how can organizations navigate these issues while ensuring responsible and transparent AI deployment? Thank you.
Okay, very
Okay.
good. Okay.
Uh, Thank you so much. Yes, it is. I hope I'm audible, right? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. It's a very interesting question, and probably, as you rightly asked, this is the question that industry is constantly asking itself. That if GI is here, what are we going to do, or what's going to happen? So it so happened is that another part of my research, ma'am, was that I was talking to people in industry in different domains as to how is GI affecting their lives. So I talked to roughly 500 700 different industry participants from different sectors, and I realized a very important thing that came through their insight was can affect all organizations in certain ways. It is important to understand how. So the best way for the entrepreneur or the person running the show or the person running the company is identify the domains where GAI can happen. For example, a company has got a website wherein constant flow of people come in, right? There's a helpline given over there. One is not sure whether the customer care executive on this helpline might be picking the phone, right? At the same time, one is hired for the job that if anyone calls on the helpline, kindly pick up the phone and give an answer regarding my company and my products. This can be replaced by a GAI enabled chatbot. So there's going to be a chatbot, there's going to be a virtual assistant. So the moment anyone comes to the website or the app or gives a call on the helpline, it is the chatbot that interacts over there. It's a chatbot that interacts over there. So what happens is a lot of basic things can be delegated to the GAI tool. Now, on a second phase, let us say there's a lot of data coming from clients, right? So what happens is that one can use this entire data, feed it into GAI tools. The GI will generate a script and also contact to these particular clients. The basic talk can be done by the GI chatbot, and the advanced talk can then happen through the company. So what happens is that in each and every, see, what happens is GI offers an opportunity to us to optimize our activities. For example, you are keeping 3 or 4 executives for phone calls. Now just employ a GI tool to do it. There's a cost associated with both, right? But at the same time, this helps you optimize. Now someone in the audience might say that, sir, when you're advising GI, you're eating someone's job. Correct. But at the same time, we have to understand that when a new technology comes, and if we start adopting it, human resources are not getting redundant. Human resources need to upskill themselves, because if a telecaller is getting obsolete, parallelly a programmer is getting a job. So coming back to your question, is each and every activity in an industry, in a company, has to be earmarked, and it has to be observed that how can we use GI. But then a word of caution. The caution is that we are dealing in the data of clients. Can we trust the tool? Who is at the back end of the tool? Who is the programmer? Who is going to deal with it? So privacy issues have to be tackled over here. If that is sorted out, then GI can be a solution, a panacea to many organization problems. Okay, so I just mentioned about customer care. You can have similar things in manufacturing. You can have similar things in procurement. You can have similar things in retailing. You can have similar things, in the distribution channel. So GI probably can have an impact on each and every activity of the value chain of the company. Okay, I hope I answer your query. If there's any further question, please feel most welcome to ask.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Prof. Siddharth.
Yeah, there is a detailed explanation regarding there are a lot of consideration when implement the GEI in our sectors, of course, because of the procedure already mentioned that the GEI itself, it should be our servant, but in another hand, it could be the dangerous master. Is there any other question from here? Okay, then we have our young chair here. the question from Dr. Wiata. Yes, please.
Thank you, Professor Singhbis. Sorry for missing communication about the time. Okay, of course, thank you for being with us in this conference. Absolutely fantastic presentation. The generative AI that you deliver to us for discussion is very interesting nowadays. And I also concerned about generative AI to implement in business area. So is it possible for us to have a research collaboration?
Yes, why not? Because I'll share with you, Professor Vieta, is that what happened is that the moment GI came in, suddenly there was this big talks of everyone becoming obsolete. Suddenly I was talking to, the dean of a top IT engineering institute, and he was like, 80% coding is to be done will be done by artificial intelligence. I was talking to a top fintech guy, and he was like, that most of these tools are going to eat our jobs. And suddenly I realized that probably, Professor Vita, this is an area of huge interest, and probably if we miss out on researching on it, I think so that somewhere we all are teachers and we have this moral responsibility towards our students to tell them of what is coming. So yes, if there's an option of collaboration, I would love to collaborate, because this is what I do these days is I ask each and every person that how is this tool somewhere affecting, because I think that this tool has got far reaching repercussions. I do remember observing an old photograph of Washington, where of the 40s and 50s, where maths primary school teachers of maths were complaining against the use of calculators. And they were like, why should a child use calculators in American schools? And the truth is that today all of us use calculators. So probably there might be a lot of hue and cry against GI, but it is here to stay. So yes, if there is a research collaboration, yes, in fact, one or two of my co-authors, both are data scientists, more educated than me. So a lot of their data also I have put up over here and taken advantage for it. But yes, if there's a collaboration, yes, definitely we'd love to collaborate.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor. Excellent. And because of the time already over, so let's discuss after this. Thank you.
Okay,
It
then.
was a pleasure. Thank you so much. And all the best for the grand success of this event.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Siddharth, for your explanation regarding this issue. Okay, it seems that we have still have a numerous question, but due to the limited time, we should end our discussion today. So I would like to thank to Prof. Siddharth that already give the excellent and enlightening material presentation to us. So, and then I would thank to the participants that already give the active participate in this conference. So we will move to another parallel session after this. Every man has his own sorrow. We will see in the next vacation of BICBATT tomorrow. Thank you all. Oh, there will be photo session here together. So who will lead the photo session first?
Ma'am, with your kind permission, can I leave? I have another session. So am I permitted?
It's just 1 second to get the photo session first. Okay. One,
Okay.
2, 3. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big applause for Prof. Siddharth Singhbis.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't know the photo session. I was a part of it. I thought it was a photo session of all the physical participants. Thank you so much for having me in the photograph. Thank you.
Okay, it's our pleasure, Prof. Sidat, to having you here. It's a great to having you on board in this session. Thank you, Prof. Sidat. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Professor Vieta. Thank you, Professor Indiran. And thank you, all participants. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. Okay, then. Thank you from us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, so please for all the students go forward to take a pitch together. Oke, buat mahasiswa bisa ke depan untuk foto bersama ya.
Wah, itu dia.
Biar imbang.
Mungkin bisa geseran ke sebelah kanan aku, jadi biar di tengah. Sebelah kanan di ini kita.
Ya, dibagiin. Sovel mah, sovel ada atau ini? Kan ada yang kadang nggak mau sovel ya.